what's gonna happen now? The engineers from Quick Attach. Today we're gonna see if we can mulch a car with a forestry mulcher. What do you think?
Hope it works.
I think we're insane. Let's do it! How many years have you been working on this stuff?
I've been with this company for 19 years.
And you have been as an engineer, right?
Yes.
You're the head engineer.
Yep.
So you know mulchers probably better than anybody around. Am I right or wrong?
Better than average, yes.
Better than average. All right, because this is what you do day in, day out, week after week for 19 years. The only reason I point that out to you guys is because a lot of you guys like to question how much I know mulchers, and I don't know mulchers that much. That's why I talked to this guy. We're gonna be looking at mulchers today, and I called you up on the phone, and this whole thing started when I said, Shane, do you think we can mulch a car?
Right.
How did that conversation go inside the main building?
There was a lot of hesitation at first, and then after we thought about it, we thought it'd be kind of fun to try.
All right. So you guys get ready, man, because we're gonna mulch a car, but we're also gonna learn a few things about mulchers. So what makes the Quick Attach different than the other ones?
We try to build them strong enough, heavy enough so they can handle day-to-day use in the forest. So you're looking at heavy gauge steel plate, heavy strong teeth that are bolted in place so you can easily repair them, change them. Really strong drive systems. So we're using belt drive with a piston motor that's really strong. Just heavy duty. Anything in the forest that's gonna take a lot of abuse.
So tell me about your teeth. You said you have steel teeth and carbide teeth?
Yeah, so we offer two different styles of teeth. This is the carbide tooth that we offer. These inserts here are carbide. The tooth is bolted on, and then if it gets wore or broken, you can just flip it over and use sharp corners on it now for the second set. So that's really nice when you're out in the field. If you have a damaged tooth from hitting a rock or something, you can just rotate it.
What about depth gauges, Shane? I'm not seeing any depth gauges.
Yep. So some manufacturers use bite limiter plates, and there's pros and cons with using those. They make the drum heavier. They also require probably a little bit more detail in how you balance them, but they're used mostly on drums that spin quite a bit faster. Our drum turns between 2,000 and 2,500 RPM, okay. And those might be turning 2,500 RPM plus. So what we tend to use a tooth that's more aggressive cutting, and so you can take a bigger bite. We get by without the limiter plates.
So your drum spins slower.
A little bit slower. Yep.
Now, wouldn't that be a disadvantage, though? I mean, come on, let's be real. When you bite into a tree, don't you want the maximum speed?
Well, maximum speed equates to minimum torque, and so a higher speed drum might take smaller bites, and so your mulch might be a smaller, finer mulch. But for higher productivity, you can get by with a little bit slower speed and get more done.
Okay, so we just got done mulching and crunching on a bunch of trees, and I want to look at the actual mulch left behind. So some people complain because it's a little bit more coarse.
You just have to go over it more and more times if you want to get it all mulched up small like this. It's just how much time you want to spend at it and what your customers want for a finished product.
But the Forestry Service actually prefers it that way, don't they?
Yeah.
So the reason the Forestry Service prefers a little bit of a larger mulch is because then the plants can pop up through it easier.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, if you get a heavy, dense mat of mulch, it's actually going to keep the vegetation from growing. So they're okay with it being a little bit more coarse. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I was just in Florida working on a project with another head, and one of the things I noticed, it spun up really super fast, and it would go into a tree and it would just die.
Are we gonna see that today with this mulcher head? Or?
I don't think so. It depends on what kind of motor they were using. We use a special variable displacement piston motor. So what that means is you get like, it's like having a transmission with 2 speeds instead of 1.
Okay.
Some mulchers use a fixed displacement motor and they're just gonna have high speed and not much torque. Whereas ours, we can downshift when the going gets tough. It'll actually slow down even slower and boost the torque. So you can keep grinding through that tough spot, which is really nice for productivity because you're not stalling all the time.
What are you gonna do to tackle a car though?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna take it easy to start with, maybe.
Okay. Are we good in that spot?
He's gonna turn it so he can blow the stuff that way.
Very large through shaft that's 2 3/16 diameter, and we couple that.
Can you put your hand on that one more time, Shane?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so that's a good perspective. What are the other guys using?
Well, they're probably using something similar, but we use a spherical roller bearing on each end, so that allows higher load capacity and also actually allows for a little bit of deflection if anything should ever happen. And so that makes the bearing a lot tougher and makes it last a lot longer.
Okay, so all that fancy stuff you said at the beginning just meant that it's a tougher unit.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right.
And thick gauge, high strength steel drum. So this drum here is 1/2 inch thick and it's high strength steel.
Can we take a look at what drives it?
But this is the variable displacement piston style motor. This motor also is equipped with a braking circuit. When you shut it off, it'll slow down to a stop within 10 seconds or 15 seconds or something. Yeah. So
okay, what's the benefit of that? That sounds like an extra bell or whistle that may not be needed.
It's more for safety, I guess. If you have a problem, it'll stop quickly.
If you guys haven't gotten into the industry, what you're gonna see is a lot of heads after it's shut down will run for a minute up to 2 minutes. I mean, because you got a drum spinning that if you screw up and you fall, bye.
Yeah, as long as you're aware of the danger, you can avoid it. So you can see some of the internal structure here too. Like we got this big rib right down the middle here that supports the whole drum area. So we got structure that supports the mounting plate and ties this all together. So it's 3 big plates.
What is the motor on the opposite side, Shane?
That's actually an accumulator. The accumulator down there is for a couple reasons. It helps kind of balance out some of the spikes in the pressure line, but also avoids the damage that can occur to a variable displacement motor if you shut it down. It might cavitate. So the accumulator's there to feed some oil in, to keep it from cavitating when you shut it.
How does an accumulator work? That sounds like you just made that up. Is that a fizz banger? Shane, are you making crap up?
No, it's real. It's really just very simple. It's a spring-loaded piston, so it's kind of like a hydraulic cylinder, except it has a piston behind it.
Yeah.
So as you build pressure, the piston moves and it holds some oil volume under pressure, and when you shut it off, it can push that oil into the circuit if needed.
Oh, okay. What else should we know about this unit, Shane?
It's belt driven, which most of them are. It uses a synchronous drive belt, so it's got the little cogs on it. So it's really strong. I just looked up the chart this morning. It's actually rated at 2,000 RPM for over 1,000 horsepower, but we're only driving it with 80. So it's overbuilt.
We're gonna be testing that today. I may be getting a little too close to the action. So one of the things I noticed is, yeah, this does have an insane amount of torque, but you're also, once you drop in the tree, you dropped one almost perfect, right? They came back right on the cab, and then you flipped it over just like a quarterback, just like, boom, just flipped it right over. So you use the grab bars up front. All right, well, should we go to the next spot?
All right,
let's do it. Let's go to the next spot. All right, so we've been munching on trees this morning, and I want to take a close look at these teeth before we start munching on a car. See what they're gonna bring us. What kind of treat? We don't even know what kind of treat they're gonna bring us. Here it comes, guys. The adventure begins.
Since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I feel there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Babe, I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't let jealousy alert you. Stop.
Well, guys, here it is. This is the car, or what's left of the car. So let's take a look at these teeth. So these are the steel teeth. We didn't put the carbides on, right?
right.
Holy crap, Shane. These teeth aren't nearly as bad as I thought they'd be.
Yeah, I thought they'd be all beat up.
I mean, they're not good, but they're definitely not bad. And what I noticed, it just torqued its way through.
Yeah.
It just kept torquing. Torquing. That's not like twerking, is it?
No, not at all.
Shane's like, why do I do these videos with him? We had a blast today. It's freezing cold, but we had a lot of fun, even in the cold and snow. We got to munch on trees. We got to munch up a car. You guys got 150 more attachments or more over at Quick Attach, don't you?
Yep.
So we got plenty of stuff we can do. What do you want to see next? I can probably talk Shane into just about anything. If I can talk him into mulching a car, your idea next. Comment down below. I think we'll do it. All right, that's all we got for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the guys at Quick Attach, because obviously this video could not be possible without them in any way, shape, or form. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shane. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything you do. You guys check out Quick Attach for your attachment needs, because they sponsored this video to help make this happen. God bless you guys. Go get them. Guys, so now that we're done with this, I want you to do me a favor before we go. Make sure you check out these other videos right here in the series, and make sure you stick around because we got a lot more really cool stuff coming at you down the pipeline. God bless and go get them, you guys. Torquing.